Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited to share this very special video with you guys because in today's video, I'm going to be doing a full flip through of my 2025 bullet journal planner. It is almost 180 pages. It has 12 themes, one for each month of the year, all pre-drawn, all set up for you guys, and in this video we're going to have a look at every single page. These themes are all inspired by my previous bullet journal themes, and in this video I'm also going to share a few snapshots of the past themes that have inspired this 2025 planner. These planners are available now on my Etsy shop, which I've linked in the description box below. If you're interested in what you see and if you're intrigued by the thought of creative planning for the new year, please do check that out. And now let's get right to it. Let's start by looking at some of the key features of this journal. On the back side, there is this fun inscription here, and it is a deep charcoal color, not quite black, but a nice charcoal gray hard cover, and it's very sturdy to last you all year. As you can see, it's also quite thick, and that's because there are almost 180 pages here to last you the full 2025 year, and the paper is very high quality. It's 150 GSM, so it's quite thick, sturdy paper. So now let's get right into the flip through, and I want to show you guys all the monthly setups that we have here. Before even getting to the monthly spreads, we have this yearly setup here inspired by my very own 2024 journal. I've set up this goals and reflections page here. There are some prompts and categories written for you and some blank spaces as well for you to set up your own personal goals. Then there's this really valuable brain dump page also inspired by my journal where you can write anything that doesn't fit anywhere else in the journal. So for the January theme, we have this really fun fireworks and cityscape theme. I love the idea of fireworks for January and contrasting that with the city below. I think is so cool and unique, and this is inspired by my 2023 setup. We have all of the weekly spreads here, of course, and I think there's so many different color combinations you could do for the fireworks, so I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with for this month. On to February now. This was one of my favorite themes this year in 2024. I think these lanterns are so gorgeous, and how cool is this mood tracker? I was so thrilled at how that turned out. I was able to give you a full 2-page spread calendar here, different weekly themes every week, and one really cool feature in the February monthly setup is this Dutch door feature. So there's this line where it says to cut on the dotted line right here, and what you'll do is grab a pair of scissors and literally just cut that paper right off, and it's designed so that when you cut on this line you'll reveal the drawings behind. So imagine cutting here, and when you open the spread you'll be able to see the lanterns behind. If this doesn't make sense now, just trust me, just cut on that line and it will work. March is another cute one that's going a little bit more minimalist than the past two themes. This is also based on my 2024 setup, and I gave you guys another full 2-page calendar spread here. Some of the months have only a single-page calendar, while others have 2 pages, and this is just the way that the days of the week worked out, so sometimes I was able to do it and other times I was not. But there's all the weekly spreads you need with different art on every single one. For the month of April, we have this gorgeous butterfly theme, and I think there's so many creative possibilities here. I cannot wait to see what color you guys choose for your butterflies. We have the half-month calendar spread before we start the weekly spread, and I've gone full out on the Dutch doors in this month, and you'll notice that every single week has this cut on the dotted line. So again, grab your scissors and cut where it says to on every single page. And this might seem bold, but we're going to cut half of every single page off so that every single week you'll be able to see all the butterflies on both sides. On to May now. This was such a fun stationery spread that I did last year that I loved so much, and I'm so glad to bring it back in this year's bullet journal for you guys. And the fun thing about this is that I managed to incorporate different stationeries throughout the weekly spread and make it look like the actual paper, like the little notebooks and the little post-it notes. So this was such a fun one for me to create for you guys. And these are not toilet paper, these are washi tapes for you to color in. June is this really fun road trip, kind of retro camper van in the mountains theme. So I've added different elements that relate to road trips. This time we have a full 2-page calendar spread before we get into all of the weekly spreads. I added this really fun drawing because I did this in my bullet journal last year and really loved it. So I hope you guys have fun with this theme as well. Okay, so before we flip through the rest of the journal, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of behind the scenes about the whole process of how I created this journal. And it started with buying a tablet. I don't have an iPad or like a traditional tablet like that, and I didn't want to spend several $100s, so I found this drawing tablet. This is the Wacom tablet. You basically plug it into your computer with a regular USB connection, and then you draw on the tablet with this pen, and whatever you draw on the tablet will appear on your computer. So it does take some getting used to, because you have to, like, where you look is not where you're drawing, so it's different than conventional drawing on paper or on like an iPad. But I definitely did notice I improved as I practiced, and I got a lot of practice creating this journal. But yeah, I drew all of the designs on this tablet, and I used Canva to actually have the pen and also to organize all the layouts. This was a little bit crude, I guess. I could have used a more sophisticated illustration software, and this tablet actually comes with some free software. But since I was just doing line drawings, that had just way more features than I needed, so Canva was actually pretty good for my purposes to create this bullet journal. So I actually created the entire journal in Canva with my Wacom drawing tablet. I found it really difficult to kind of create and be creative with this tablet. I found it was more utilitarian, and I already struggled just with like the motor skills of using the tablet. So the easiest thing for me was to take a picture of artwork I had done on paper and my existing bullet journals, upload it to Canva, and then just trace over it. And I would do that by turning down the transparency of the artwork in Canva, and then I would grab a red pen. It was much easier to see. All I had to do was trace over the art, delete the picture, and then change the line work back to black, and then scale it and adjust it from there. This planner was way more work than I thought it would be. I started this project way back in the summer, and it turned out to be a lot more work than I expected, so I'm so proud of myself for actually having completed it and actually gotten a physical product together in time to be available to you guys to buy in time for the new year. I also used Canva to create my 2025 calendars, which I didn't show as much in this video, but I have also created physical as well as digital downloadable calendars for you guys. All the themes are the same as this planner, but it's in a calendar form, so a little bit different. All of these products are available on the same Etsy shop as I've linked in the description box below for you guys for the journal. So if you're looking for something a little bit less intensive, a little bit less involved, then if you don't want to do coloring or artwork every day or every week, this could be a good option for you. If you just want to do a little bit of artwork and planning every month, I do have these calendars as well. On to July now. I did this really cute seashells theme. This was my July theme from this year, and I loved it so much. I'd been feeling kind of a lull or like in a rut from bullet journaling, and this was the theme that brought me back. So I hope it encourages you guys and motivates you guys as well. Yet another Dutch door here, so we're going to be able to see the seashells on both sides of both of these weeks. And also a notes page in the back. There was an extra page in this month, so I gave you guys some space to write anything you need. August is a fun one. We're doing ice creams for this theme. This was my theme from this summer as well, and this mood tracker might be my favorite in the entire year. All the little ice creams just are so much fun to color in. And then of course we have all the weekly spreads you'll need with ice cream on every single page. Okay, September. This may be my favorite theme that I did all this year, and possibly in this journal as well. I've gone with this kind of cozy reading nook book vibe, and I want it to feel really warm and cozy no matter what color scheme you choose. And for this theme, I've done a really unique Dutch door. This is the same setup that I did in my journal this year. You need to follow the dotted lines and cut all the way around, and then you'll have to kind of rip the page out from the seam. But when you cut all the way around on all of these weekly spreads, you'll be able to see the bookshelves at the top on each side from each week. And this is exactly how I did it in my setup this year, so I know it works. For the month of October, I went with a very classic, kind of warm autumnal theme. This one I colored in for a previous video, so obviously don't worry, your copy will be blank and uncolored in. But super fun habit and mood trackers there, and then just a ton of doodles that really scream autumn, like the warm drinks and the pumpkins and the leaves and the cozy sweaters. All of that is there for you guys to color in, and this is also inspired by my 2023 October theme. November is this really beautiful floral and roses theme. When I did this theme in 2023, it was my all-time favorite setup, and I did this as a black and white theme, which is one way to go about things, but I think there's also a ton of potential here for some really gorgeous color schemes. For example, with these roses, I think that could be so beautiful in a lot of different colors, so I can't wait to see what you guys come up with to design this theme. And last but certainly not least, we have December here. This was based on my 2023 December setup, and it's this cozy winter vibes theme. No particular theme other than making you feel warm and cozy in the cold winter in December. Every page, every weekly spread has a different cozy element. Like we had those skates, we have these warm knits, and this page is just, I love it so much. It's this warm, cozy living room. It just makes me feel so cozy inside. And then I had one page left for you guys at the very end of the book, which I gave you some space to do some reflections at the end of the year. And that's all for this flip through. I hope you guys really loved what you saw in this 2025 bullet journal. I hope you see all the potential that I see in it. I'm so excited to see what people come up with. If you do decide to share your designs on social media, please do tag me in it, because I would love to see the creativity and the art that you guys can come up with in this bullet journal planner. If you have any questions for me, please do leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to respond to them. Please do check out the Etsy shop in the link if you're interested in the planner, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, friends!